Kanye
West's father-in-law has demanded he and Bianca Censori fly to Australia to address concerns over her X-rated outfits. Bianca's mother has previously addressed fears of Kanye's intimidating behavior, with one source alleging he parades Bianca around like a trashy naked trophy pony. A source says Bianca's father Leo will not be intimidated by Kanye's power or control after Bianca's mother's failed attempts to save her daughter. Y'all, it looks like Kanye West might have bitten up a little more than he can chew, because Bianca Censori's father just threatened to have him jumped, and Kanye is running scared. It turns out that Bianca's father isn't just any random man. He's allegedly the leader of one of the biggest mafias in Australia, and he doesn't like how Kanye has been treating his baby girl. In case y'all missed it, Kanye and Bianca got name dropped during this trial when Jane Doe exposed them. She claimed that not only did Kanye allegedly attend us freak-off parties, but he also threw some of his own as well. Music. Well, this seems to be the last straw for Bianca's father, and it looks like he's about to unleash his mafia fury on Kanye. So, what exactly did Jang Do say that Kanye did to Bianca, and did Kanye lock Bianca in a creepy dungeon for days on end? This is about to get real creepy, y'all, so let's break it down. Okay, so it looks like we finally know why insiders have been saying that Kanye has been freaking out these past couple of days. It turns out that Bianca's father is sick and tired of Kanye treating Bianca like a trophy. He threatened to send over some of his buddies to have a word with Kanye, and by having a word, he means that his buddies are going to rough Kanye up, allegedly. And while Kanye is known for having a smart mouth himself, he's unlikely to be able to handle a rumba from down under and hold his own in a fight. But what did Kanye do that finally pushed Bianca's father over the edge? Well, according to insiders, it has something to do with the new reports that Kanye allegedly locks Bianca in a sex dungeon in their house. As crazy as it sounds, there have been multiple reports of celebs involved in weird dungeons and tunnels. Y'all remember them nasty tunnels that were exposed by Diddy's houses, and the rumors of other celebs doing some creepy and potentially illegal things at these tunnels. A word in the streets is that Kanye allegedly replicated this in his home, but Bianca was not exactly a willing participant. According to reports, Kanye wasn't about to let her ruin his dungeon fantasy, so he allegedly keeps her locked down in the dungeon for hours on end. And as wild as things sound, the only reason we found out about this in the first place is that their names came up during the cross-examination of a witness named.
But Jane Doe was like, and the government's like, no, we can't name her. We can't name this guy. We can't name them. Like, because it is so salacious, you guys. Look, this is what happened. Allegedly, according to Jane Doe, she had been broken up with Diddy at this time. Diddy was busy. He had Young Miami, Jesse, Gina in rotation. She was on a trip with a different rapper named Bear, and they were in Vegas, and she goes to dinner with this rapper for his wife's birthday, and then afterwards they go to a hotel, and there's an escort that she recognizes there named Anton, and she's like, oh my god, like, why are you here? Like, I recognize you, because she obviously did freak-offs. So this other celebrity had hired this escort Anton to have sex with a woman. So they go to this hotel room, and there's 7 to 8 people, she said, just staring, watching this rapper, or watching, sorry, I got really distracted by Jesus is King, like right here. So there's this escort banging this woman, and there's 7 to 8 people watching. And at one point, she even took her top off, she said, because she was in the moment. And the famous rapper went up to her and said, I think you're very beautiful. I always wanted to F you. Now, not many rappers have wives with birthdays in January. So you guys can do the math, and you guys can figure out who it is.
Jane Doe during Diddy's trial. Now why? Kanye West was not directly named. The hints, even during the witnesses' testimony, made it clear that he had to be the rapper in question. So, what did Jane Doe have to say, and how did the fans figure out that she was referring to Kanye West? Well, according to reports, Jane Doe faced intense questioning over the night in January 2024 when she allegedly found herself in a Las Vegas hotel room with another world-famous rapper, a male, and a group of other people. The rapper wasn't identified by name, but Gomes' lawyer Tenny Garagos referred to him as an icon in the music industry. The witness said the trip was to celebrate the birthday of the rapper's girlfriend or wife, echoing prior testimony. She described her surprise when the festivities included a male entertainer whom Combs had hired for the three ways known as hotel nights that she and Combs engaged in during their 3.5-year relationship. Well, Jane said that she and Combs knew the escort sometimes traveled with the rapper and his significant other, but she was still taken back when she saw him at the birthday dinner and after she went to the other rapper's freak-off. It looks like the escort told Diddy what happened not long after Diddy called her up, and he was furious. He asked her how she could do something like that, like she broke some kind of unspoken rule between them. According to reports, Combs felt betrayed and had asked Jane, "How could you go to another man's freak-off?" Upset, Combs allegedly added, "I can't believe you went outside of us. And y'all, there are definitely signs pointing at Mr. West. Mr. West now, for one, he certainly fits the description of an icon in the music industry. He has been acting a little cray-cray over these past couple years, but that doesn't take away from his icon status." But what really sealed the deal was the claim that the freak-off was for a rapper's wife's birthday. See, Bianca's birthday is in January, and remember how Jane Doe said that the freak-off happened in Vegas in January 2024. Well, in January 2024, y'all want to guess where Kanye and Bianca were? Vegas. That's where. So it's all fitting that bill pretty perfectly. And according to a court reporter in the case, it was pretty obvious to everybody in the court who the anonymous rapper was. Kanye West might have finally met his match, Bianca Censori's father. According to sources, he's furious over how Kanye has been treating his daughter and has demanded that Kanye and Bianca fly to Australia to answer for her X-rated public appearances. Bianca's mother has previously expressed fears about Kanye's controlling and intimidating behavior, even alleging that he parades Bianca around like a trashy, naked trophy. Now, her father, Leo, is stepping in, and he's not backing down. But here's where things get even wilder. Word on the street is that Bianca's father isn't just any upset dad. He's allegedly the leader of one of the biggest mafias in Australia. And he's had enough. One source claims he threatened to send his buddies to have a word with Kanye, which many are interpreting as a threat to rough him up. Kanye, known for his big mouth, is reportedly shaken. If this rumor holds any truth, he may have bitten off more than he can chew. So, what exactly did Kanye do that pushed Bianca's dad over the edge? It all ties back to some disturbing allegations that came up during Diddy's recent trial. A witness known as Jane Doe testified that Kanye and Bianca were involved in some deeply unsettling activities. She claimed that Kanye allegedly locks Bianca in a sex dungeon at their home. Though it sounds far-fetched, multiple reports have surfaced about celebrities maintaining secret tunnels, dungeons, and bizarre underground setups, especially following the raids on Diddy's properties. Jane Doe's testimony came during a cross-examination where she discussed a night in January 2024 spent in a Las Vegas hotel with a world-famous male rapper and his partner. Though the rapper wasn't named, Diddy's lawyer referred to him as a music industry icon, and several clues pointed directly to Kanye. According to Jane, she was in town for the rapper's wife's birthday, and the event included a surprise freak-off involving a male escort, something she didn't expect. Jane said she knew the escort had ties to this rapper and his significant other, but seeing him at the dinner still caught her off guard. Afterward, she joined the freak-off, and it didn't take long for Diddy to find out. He was reportedly furious and accused her of betraying some sort of unspoken agreement between them, allegedly saying, "How could you go to another man's freak-off?" Now, the big hint that this involved Kanye? The birthday celebration was for the rapper's wife, and Bianca's birthday is in January. And where were Kanye and Bianca in January 2024? Las Vegas. It all lines up too perfectly to ignore. Between the freak-off rumors, the dungeon allegations, and her family's growing concern, it seems like Kanye is under more fire than ever. And this time, it might not just be online backlash. If Bianca's father really is who people say he is, Kanye could be facing. But it gets more interesting. Because the day after Jane Doe made this court revelation, Kanye suddenly turned up in court. It's almost like he wanted to hear if Jane Doe anything else to say about him, and he wanted to hear it for himself. It gets even more interesting because the very next day after Jane Doe made her shocking court revelation, Kanye suddenly showed up in court. It was unexpected and raised a lot of eyebrows. Some believe it wasn't a coincidence at all. It's almost like Kanye wanted to be there in person, just in case Jane had more to say about him, and he wanted to hear every word for himself.